Once upon a time, in a small and beautiful village beside a wide, slow river, there lived two roosters named Raju and Mohan. They had been friends since the very first day they hatched from their shells. They grew up together on the same farm, owned by a kind old farmer named Dada. They ate from the same bowl, drank from the same clay pot, and every single morning, they climbed to the top of the mud wall together and crowed loudly to wake the whole village up. The villagers knew them well. The children would clap their hands when they heard them crow. The old women would smile and say, "When Raju and Mohan crow together, the day will surely be good." They were known all across the village as the two inseparable roosters. Brothers not by blood, but by heart. Raju was a simple rooster. His feathers were plain brown, nothing too special to look at. But his heart was made of pure gold. He was honest, hardworking, and deeply loyal. He would give away his last grain of food if his friend was hungry. He never said one thing and did another. Whatever he felt, he spoke. Whatever he promised, he kept. He did not have many words, but every word he spoke carried the weight of truth. Mohan was different. He was tall and loud and very handsome. His feathers were bright red and orange, like fire dancing in the wind. Every hen in the farm admired him. Every young chick wanted to follow him around. He could make anyone laugh with his stories. He knew how to talk sweetly, how to smile at the right moment, and how to make everyone feel like they were his best and most beloved friend. And Raju, who trusted people easily, was proud and happy to call Mohan his closest companion. For many years, they lived together in joy. They shared everything. When Dada the farmer dropped extra grain, Mohan would call Raju first before eating. When Raju found a warm corner in the barn on cold nights, he would save a spot for Mohan. Life was simple and sweet, and Raju believed with all his heart that their friendship would last forever. But then, the rains failed that year. The river dried up slowly. The fields turned hard and cracked like old clay pots. Dada the farmer had very little grain left. He gave both roosters only a small handful of food each day, barely enough to fill half a stomach. The farm became a sad and quiet place. The hens stopped singing, the cows became thin, and slowly, a dark cloud settled over every living creature on that farm. It was during this difficult time that Raju first began to notice something strange about Mohan. When there was little food, Mohan began eating first and eating more. He would pretend not to see Raju standing beside him, hungry and waiting. When the other animals on the farm gathered to talk and share warmth, Mohan would speak loudly and take all the attention, but never once did he speak a good word about Raju. In fact, when Raju was not nearby, Mohan would laugh with the others and say, "That dull brown rooster. He is nothing special. I only keep him close because I feel sorry for him." Word reached Raju slowly, the way painful truths always do. First he heard it from the old goat named Gita, who whispered it to him gently with sorry eyes. Then he heard it from the little sparrow who sat on the fence each morning. Each time, Raju's heart broke a little more. He did not want to believe it. He told himself that Gita must have misheard. He told himself the sparrow was confused, because this was Mohan, his friend of so many years. One evening, Raju went to Mohan directly. He stood before him quietly and asked with a soft and trembling voice, "Mohan, brother, have I done something wrong? Have I hurt you in some way that I do not know about? Because I hear words that cut my heart, and I want to give you a chance to tell me the truth before I believe them." Mohan looked at Raju for a long moment, and then he laughed. Not a kind laugh, a cold and careless one. "Oh Raju," he said, waving his wing as though shooing away a fly, "you are too sensitive. You always were. This is why nobody truly respects you. You take everything too seriously. Relax. We are still friends." But he never answered the question. He never said yes or no. He only changed the subject and walked away, still laughing. That night, Raju sat alone under the old mango tree and cried. Not because he had lost a friend, but because he realized that perhaps he had never truly had one. He had given 10 years of his honest heart to someone who had treated that heart like something ordinary, something easily thrown aside. The pain was not anger. It was something deeper. It was grief. But then something happened inside Raju that night, sitting under that mango tree in the dark. He looked up at the sky full of stars. He thought of Dada, the old farmer, who woke every morning despite his tired bones and worked the dry fields without complaining. He thought of old Geeta the goat, who had warned him with kind eyes because she truly cared. He thought of the little sparrow, who had no reason to lie. He realized that even in his pain, he was surrounded by real love. He had simply been too busy looking at Mohan to see it. He wiped his eyes. He stood up tall, and something inside him became still and strong. The next morning, Raju climbed to the top of the wall alone. He crowed, loud and clear and full. The whole village woke up. And for the first time in years, the villagers noticed something different about that crow. It sounded stronger than before, more certain, more free. Old Dada came out of his house, looked at Raju on the wall, and smiled with soft eyes. He walked over slowly and placed a handful of the finest grain at the foot of the wall just for Raju. "Good boy," he said quietly. "Good, faithful boy." Mohan meanwhile had begun spending his time with a group of loud roosters from the next farm who liked to boast and argue all day. He was happy there, for a while. But those roosters only liked him when he was funny and entertaining. The moment he had nothing new to say, they turned away. He moved from group to group, always searching, never settling, never finding the kind of peace that comes from one truly honest friendship. Raju, over time, found his real family. Old Geeta the goat became his truest companion. The little sparrow visited him every morning. Even Dada would sit near him in the evenings and speak to him softly like one old soul to another. His life became quieter, yes, but it became real. And here is what Raju learned. The lesson he carried for the rest of his days. A fake friend is loud in good times and silent in hard ones. A real friend may be quiet all year, but they will stand beside you in your worst moment without being asked. Not every bird that crows with you in the morning is your brother. Some only crow when the grain is plenty. Learn to tell the difference. Because the day you do, you will stop watering dry roots and start growing something beautiful. And that, dear friends, is the greatest gift loneliness ever gave to Raju. It showed him who was truly there.